Yay.
Okay, so you are live from Van Meter, Iowa.
Yay, we're live.
I want to introduce my friend Victoria, and she is going to talk to us second graders, and she has some big news to share.
Yay.
Take it away.
Hey, Van Meter second graders. I'm so excited to see you in your library today. I am Victoria J. Coe, the author of the Fenway and Hattie books, which I know you have started reading. You guys are in Iowa. I'm here at my home in Boston, where it's 9:30. It's a whole hour ahead of you guys. Isn't that funny? Yes. So you guys, I was thinking that I would talk to you a little tiny bit about the Fenway and Hattie books. And then I heard that you have maybe some questions for me. And after that, I have a big surprise. And I do not like waiting. Do you guys like waiting? So we're only gonna wait this long, and then we're gonna have the big surprise, okay? So you guys have started reading Fenway and Hattie, and so you already know that it is a book about a dog named Fenway and a girl named Hattie who moved from their apartment in the city. And I don't know how far into the book you are, but when they move to their new house, everything is different. And they both face a lot of challenges. But you only get Fenway's side of the story because the whole book is told from his point of view. And since he's a dog, you have to figure out what's happening to Hattie and what's happening to the humans, right? And I hope that makes it a lot of fun for you guys. But you know, there's a second Fenway and Hattie book called Fenway and Hattie and the Evil Bunny Gang. And no spoilers, but in this book, there are some evil bunnies. And there's also a third Fenway and Hattie book, the purple one, called Fenway and Hattie Up to New Tricks. And in this book, Hattie is learning magic tricks, and Fenway thinks she's playing tricks on him. So yeah, so hopefully you guys will get to read all of them. So while we have this much time before the big surprise, I thought maybe I could answer some of your questions. Do you guys have some questions?
No.
Some of you do? Maybe Mrs. Miller or one of your teachers can help us do that.
Okay. Do you want to ask a question? Why don't you come up here, though, so she can really see you? Well, she can probably see you from there. I'll do like this. Okay.
And say your name, too.
My name is Mia.
Hi, Mia.
Hi. Yesterday you were showing us a book, and she taught us a new thing called something, and she used on your book for
Biblionasium.
Oh, Biblionasium. That's awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome.
that you made.
Thank you, Mia.
Now she's going to write about it. You want to come up and ask a question, honey?
That's
Come on.
Awesome.
And tell her your name, okay?
My name is Trayton, and how much books have you?
How many books?
Yeah.
So far there are 3 Fenway and Hattie books, as I showed you. And I can't say any more because that might be part of the surprise.
Okay, now you go ahead.
You gave me a new book. It's a new book.
And what is your...
About anything else?
Yes, I'm actually working on some other books right now, but I have not finished writing them. But I really like animals, and I was thinking that I might like to write more books about animals. Do you like animals?
Yeah.
Do you have a question back there? Come on up. Come on up here, honey.
You guys have such a cool library.
This is Mrs. Ferguson's classroom.
Oh, this is a classroom. You have so many books. Oh my goodness, how lucky are you?
Okay, go ahead. Tell her your name, okay?
My name is Xander. How much else have you ever wrote a book?
So I want to tell you guys, maybe some of you like to write stories. Do some of you like to write stories?
Yeah.
I have some advice for you. Keep on writing. I wrote stories for many, 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 many years before I wrote Fenway and Hattie. And Fenway and Hattie was the very first book that I wrote that was, that was the kind of book that could get published and made into a real book. In other words, your stories that get made into real books have to be, really exciting and fun and wonderful for readers to read. And so it took me many years of practice to get this book to where it is today. So I just want to give you guys that advice to keep on writing if you want to write a book someday, because practice is the way to get there.
We have one more question. Well, we probably have more, but we'll go.
Well, we hate waiting.
Come on up. Can you come up so she can see you?
Oh, hi, Miles. My name is Winnie.
Hi, Winnie.
I wonder how much letters are in your name?
How many letters are in my name? Well, let's see. Victoria is Victoria. So that's 8. Did you mean in my first name? Yeah, that's kind of long, isn't it? But my last name, Co, is very short. It's only 3 letters.
Just like Eli.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's like the best question. I love it.
I've actually never been asked that question before, Winnie. So that was awesome. That was awesome. I thought I had heard it all, but I haven't.
Okay. Well, I'm sure we could ask questions forever, but you go ahead.
But we hate waiting, so I thought I would ask you guys some questions. How about that? So you guys have this book at your school, Fenway and Hattie, right? And it is yellow. And this book, which you may have or you may not have, is the second Fenway and Hattie book, and it is blue. And this is the third Fenway and Hattie book, and it is purple. So I wanted to tell you guys the very exciting news that there's going to be a 4th Fenway and Hattie book, and it's coming out in May at the end of your school year. And I wanted to see if you guys could guess what color it is. So raise your hand. Raise your hand if you think it's green.
Oh, no.
Okay. You think it's green? Okay. Raise your hand if you think it's red.
No.
And raise your hand if you think it's orange. And now raise your hand if you think that it is another color. Okay, ready? So who wants to see the cover of the book? And see who guessed right. Are you guys ready to see it? Now, before I show you, I want to tell you something. This is true. Nobody has ever seen this before except for me. And now you guys are going to see it for the very first time. Are you ready? Okay. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Do you guys like it? Do you like it? Isn't it cute? You guys? I love it too. I love it too. I want to tell you guys, everyone who guessed red is correct. This book is called Fenway and Hattie in the Wild. And I've already finished writing it, but it's still in the process of being made into a book. It's not a book yet. And it will be out in May, as I said, at the end of your school year. And in this book, Fenway and his family go camping. How much fun does that sound?
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah. What could possibly happen? Exactly, right before summer. So I hope that you guys will read the other Fenway and Hattie books before then, so that then you can guys get this one. Does that sound cool?
Yeah.
Yes?
Perfect before the summer to talk about camping.
Exactly, exactly. So I want to thank you guys for chatting with me today, and for Mrs. Miller who set this up, and for helping me show this cover to everybody who watched on Google Hangout, and now people will be able to see it on YouTube too. So all the people who are curious about what this cover looks like, now they can see it thanks to you. Isn't that cool?
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. I'm so excited. Bye, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs.
Bye,
Miller.
Victoria.
Thank you, teachers. Thank you, everybody.